Speaking of Paris, look at this cute shirt that I found. It says Paris 1995. If you guys are not aware, I was born in 1995, so I had to get this shirt. If you don't know what I'm referring to, my last video. Stay hydrated. Another one bites the dust. My room looks like an alcoholic's room, but instead of wine bottles, it's water bottles. Anyway, good morning, guys. I haven't brushed my hair yet. Can I do that now? Welcome back to my room, or what is currently my room, and is no longer going to be my room in a couple of months. Fuck, that's trippy. I feel like I'm supposed to be grieving for the relationship, but I think I've grieved for the relationship such a long time ago that now actually going through it, I'm grieving more for like my room and my old life and, you know, the beach and this place, because I already grieved the relationship. I lost the connection a long time ago. I was alone in this relationship for a long time. So I already grieved that part. But the room, look, autistic people don't like change for a reason, okay? And the reason being, it takes us a long time to get used to something and get comfortable in it. That's why. Like, it took me such a long time to get used to this new life. And now I have to move again. Fuck. Nobody talks about how hard that is. I'm still processing this, okay? Be patient with me. Or not. Leave me hate comments, whatever. I'll be patient with myself. You guys don't have to do anything. I got it. I got this. You can say whatever mean stuff you want to say to me, whatever. But I'm going to be patient with myself because I'm still grieving this, you know? It's not easy. The thing about long hair is a little tip. You always have to start brushing from the bottom, otherwise you will make knots. You know, you can't just go from the top to the bottom just like that. You always have to start little by little. Anyway, this side is brushed. This side is not. Can you see the difference? Let's fix that. So I actually went to Paris twice. Not counting layovers, because I always have a layover in Charles de Gaulle, you know, like that stupid airport. I hate that airport. There's like no place to sit and it's always crowded. Anyway, I went to Paris when I was like a baby. Obviously I don't remember, but I have photos and videos as evidence. Apparently we went to Disneyland. I don't know how old I was. Maybe I was like 3. Anyway, I was still in a stroller. Autism gang. Apparently I didn't like walking when I was a kid. Is 3 too old to be in a stroller? I feel like when my brother was 3, he wasn't in a stroller. Actually, my mom would bring the stroller and sometimes I would sit in the stroller as an 8-year-old. Maybe I was 7, okay? Whatever, I just didn't like walking for the longest time. This is the first time in my life I'm actually like walking longer distances just to get some exercise, you know? And I like walking on the beach, so the first time in my life I'm actually enjoying walking. Yeah, I've been a couch potato my whole life. So tangly. By the way, if you guys are ever wondering about like hair care secrets and tips and tricks, I made a whole ass video about it and you can find it on my channel. There's a playlist for hair care, you can find it there. Go watch that video. Oh yeah, and the second time I went to Paris, it was actually on a really long layover, but we were there for 8 hours, so I feel like it counts. We got out of the airport and everything. We went to visit some landmarks, but honestly I don't know why I'm I'm obsessed with Paris. I feel like it's a past life thing, honestly. I feel like sometimes when you have an affinity for something that you just don't have like a clear reason why you feel that way in this lifetime, it's a past life memory. That's just my hunch. So yeah, I have to move. Not to be a downer, but I hate moving. I can't bring my weights either. I'm gonna have to either buy new weights or go to a gym. I might go to a gym instead. I'm gonna use them as much as I can before I move, so, you know, I really get my money's worth. Gotta get those gains, you know? I want to get to a point where I'm like, oh yeah, those were too light for me anyway, I'll just buy new ones. Like, maybe. I hope. I dream. I try. A lot of you are wondering about P. P is fine. If she doesn't post, it's because she's having a good time in real life. Yeah, I always suggest to her, like, maybe you should make a video. People are curious about your perspective. And she always goes, yeah, maybe I'll do that. And then she never does. So, you know, if you're wondering about her, she has a channel. She has an Instagram. I'll put the links in the description of this video if you want to go follow her. But I know, I'm sorry, it sucks. I know the feeling when some of my YouTubers that I was following just stopped posting, and it's like you miss that person. I get it. But can't force somebody to post. I don't think it was ever her thing. It was my thing, and she was playing along. But it always did feel a little bit like pulling teeth, trying to get her to sit down and make a video with me. So you guys can encourage her. I think it would help if you go to her Instagram and like comment, hey, how you doing? Like, are you gonna post on YouTube? Maybe she needs more encouragement. But other than that, nothing you can do. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about her anymore though. That's it. That's the only update you get. I'm ready to move on with my life. And I'm not thinking about her anymore. And it feels great. I just have to worry about myself. I am lonely though. I mean, I guess it's understandable, but I feel like I'm so socially disabled. I mean, I really need some IRL connections, you know what I'm saying? Like in real life. But I'm just not good at those. I'm not good at making friends. I feel like an alien. Most of the time I don't relate to anybody, and people don't relate to me, or they perceive me in a weird way because I'm autistic. Like, that's why I need other autistic friends. That's why I've been connecting with more neurodivergent people online, and that's helped me a lot. But I really need that in real life as well. And I hope when I move, I'll be able to find some connections. I've been traveling all my life, basically. If you haven't been following me for a long time, I moved abroad. I was born in Turkey. I moved to Canada when I was 15 years old, and I never really felt settled there. And then I moved here to Italy with my ex, now ex, and I was here for some years. I don't even remember how many years, like 5? I don't know, I'm guessing. There was some going back and forth between here and Canada, so it's a bit blurry in my mind, but now I'm moving back. I'm 30 now, so I moved abroad at 15, and now at 30 I'm moving back where I came from, basically. Not to Istanbul, that's where I grew up, God forbid, but to Turkey I'm going back, and it feels so weird. Like, I feel like my whole life I've been trying to find a place to call home, and I never did. And now I'm going back home, and hopefully I'll feel at home there. But I don't have high hopes. I think I'm gonna feel like an alien my whole life. Been feeling like one ever since I was young. And I think that is a common experience among the autistic community. Let me know if you agree. I think a lot of autistic people feel like that, at least from the ones I've talked to. It's just because we're kind of socially disabled, honestly. Whenever somebody messages me on Instagram, I get really excited. I'm like, ooh, you know, like a possible friend, a possible connection. And then I always feel like, oh, well, now what? Like, what am I supposed to do? I just be real. Like, I just be real. Can I even speak? Can I even word? I just be real and hope for the best. Like, I'll just be myself and say exactly what I'm feeling. So if somebody asks me, hey, how are you doing? I just tell them how I'm doing. I'm not good at small talk, so I don't know how to go from small talk to big talk. I just go for talk. So, like, if you try to connect with me and I'm weird, just help me. Just help carry the conversation, please, because I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm 30 and I haven't figured it out. And if I haven't figured it out so far, I don't think I'm ever going to figure this out. Like, humans are like a fucking jigsaw puzzle that's like 6,000 pieces. And I can't. I think I would be better off doing the 6,000 piece puzzle than the actual human thing. So I think that's another reason I stuck to this relationship for so long, honestly, because I was so afraid of being forever alone. And I was like, oh, well, I connect with this person. Hang on to them for dear life, because you're not going to connect with anyone else. That's how it felt, honestly. I know that sounds like a little extreme, but that's how it felt. And maybe it is true. I don't know. I don't know what life has in store for me. I'm a little scared, not going to lie. But I knew I had to do this, so no regrets. Like, I knew I had to do this. I knew. I talk about why in my last video, if you care to know. It's the one where it says the real reason for this breakup. I think that's the title. But yeah. No, I did good. I feel proud of myself. I was a brave girl. Now it's my turn to be really brave. I'm tired of being brave. When does it get easy? Does it? Ever? Fuck. I wasn't trying to cry this video. I was trying not to cry, but I always cry. I guess that's part of me being real. Like, if you ask me, how are you feeling? I'm like, well, I've been crying a lot, but that's kind of normal. That's gonna be my answer most of the times. Ever since I was younger, I was just a crybaby. Somebody commented, are you sure you're autistic? Maybe you just have PTSD. And I'm like, I have both. I definitely have both. So, great combo. Yes, I'm sure I have autism because of all the sensory issues and everything else that comes along with it, and the social disability and everything, feeling like an alien. Like, I fit the whole criteria, basically. But I also do have PTSD, so it's good to get to know yourself, I've noticed. It makes you feel less like a freak. Because before I knew about autism, I just felt like something went very wrong with me, and I couldn't figure out why. Couldn't figure out what. It's good to figure yourself out. Just like when I figured out I was lesbian, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, nothing is wrong with me. I was just gay. I just want to kiss girls. It's fine. It's all good. And I think the same thing happened with autism. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, nothing's wrong with me. I just need to be careful what kind of fabric my socks are made out of and not to get overstimulated. The more you know yourself, like, the better you can take care of yourself, essentially, and meet your needs. You know, if you think about it with the lesbian example, me taking care of myself is me dating girls, and that's me taking care of my needs. And with autism, it's like finding earplugs that fit my ear holes, and that's me meeting my needs. And if I didn't know that about myself, I wouldn't be able to meet my needs. Hashtag self-care. Sorry. I'm lame. I'm sorry. You can feel free to unsubscribe. Anyway, summer is nice. I've been enjoying summer. I like summer because it's a very fulfilling sensory experience, minus the sweating. I need AC. I have air conditioning running in my room right now. I'm very happy. That's why I can wear a long sleeved shirt. But overall, it's a very nice, like, sensory fulfilling experience for me, especially the beach and swimming. I just like being in a body of water and floating. It's like the best experience, honestly. And the sun, I enjoy a mild tan. I enjoy mild sunshine where it just kind of lightly kisses your skin. I can't handle strong sun. I just avoid those hours of the day. And that's how I get my nice little tan. Well, you can't even see it. You actually can't see it. No, it's the lighting. I swear I'm tan. This is me with a tan. Can you tell? Oh, you can't even tell. It's the lighting, I promise. If you go watch my shorts, you can kind of see that I have a tan. It's all about lighting. Anyway, so if you're wondering what my channel is going to be about now that I've broken up with P, because it used to be called Sadie and P. Like, this was the Sadie and P channel, the Sadie and P show. And now that the show is over, it's just going to be me hanging out with you guys in my room, wherever my room might end up. And sometimes we might go out, sometimes, although I prefer to not record when I'm outside. There's just too many elements, too many things out of control. I like an environment that I can control in more than one way. But yeah, just hang out with me. That's what my channel is going to be about. So if you're interested in that, stick around. And if you're not, and you're going to be mean to me, please unsubscribe and leave. It's over. I'm not getting back together with P. Stop telling me to do that in the comments. It's kind of offensive at this point. But yeah, if you want to hang out with me and just chat, and sometimes I'll share some wisdom, some stuff I learn, and chill. Take it easy. I like those kind of channels where you just chill with somebody. I find them very relaxing. So if you relate to that, feel free to hang around. I might do some ASMR. We don't know. Some people don't like ASMR. I was listening to the Grace Strega. She's my favorite tarot reader. I talk about her a lot. Strega means witch in Italian. She's the Great Witch. And she was saying that a healthy ego is like a crab shell. So apparently, if you guys didn't know, a crab's shell is made out of the same material of the inside of the crab. So his insides match his outsides. And she was saying that's what a healthy ego is. When your insides match your outsides, that's a healthy ego. So it's not fake. It's just more of you, but it's a little bit hardened. It's a little more protective to the outside world. And I was thinking that, wow, I think what autism is that we have a disability of forming that hardened shell. So like we stay very soft, and that's why the outside world hurts us a lot, because we're not able to form that hardened shell of the ego, the protective self. So that's why we need like a lot of physical boundaries between us and the world, like staying inside, for example, or having environments that are in our control, because we don't have a protective coating, a protective shell, if you will. You know, it kind of explains the sensory overload. And in a way it's cool because, you know, without the social mask, without the ego, like, we can be very honest people, and like what you see is what you get. But I do think some people find that very uncomfortable, and that's why a lot of people don't like us, because they don't like that much honesty. They can't handle that much honesty. They like their social masks and their social rules and their social guidelines and their social etiquette, and we make them uncomfortable. When some people have unhealthy egos, their inside doesn't even match the outside. Like, their outside is a whole other person than their inside, and those kinds of people are really hard for me to navigate, because I can feel what they are on the inside, and then the outside doesn't match, and it creates what is it called? Cognitive dissonance. It creates that feeling of cognitive dissonance, like something is not right, something doesn't sound right, something doesn't look right. I can tell they're being fake, but I can't tell why or which or how far it goes, how deep the fake shell goes. Anyway, those people I end up staying away from anyways, because they don't like me anyway. So, but yeah, a healthy ego is when the inside matches the outside. And she says you can't get rid of the ego. That's not the point. And the point of the ego is to have that protection. So I'm working on building an ego, honestly. I'm working on building a healthy ego where the inside matches the outside, but I have a little bit of protection from the world. That's what I'm working on. Yeah, I think that's why for autistic people, like, the typical advice sort of doesn't work, because a lot of the advice is for people who have a very strong ego and to try to get through to them and just like let's lessen that. You have too much protection. Let's like get back to what's real about you. And for us, it's like we have zero protection. So we're trying to build some kind of an ego. Did you guys know that you don't have to share everything about yourself with everybody? I just like figured that out this year, basically. I'm like, oh wait, I can withhold information. I don't have to share every single detail about myself with everybody who asks. Who knew that that could be a protective strategy? Who fucking knew? Nobody told me. That's today's video, I guess. My leg is getting a cramp, so I should probably get up now. But thanks for hanging out with me, and let me know if you relate to any of that. And do you feel like a crab without a shell in this world? Let me know. And if you feel like connecting with me, you can DM me on Instagram and try to be my friend. Good luck. Be patient with me. But if you are a man, don't message me. Okay, thanks. Bye.